Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, got all of our stuff right there. Oh, hey, Frank and I didn't even see you there. That's my buddy Frank. He's the quiet type. You know, a lot of people ask me because I start streaming and I have these games and people are viewing our content and I think the biggest thing is something worth the money, the time that you may want to invest into it. So let's try to be fast or quick, but thorough and efficient. Since my days of playing games, I generally relate in my lifetime because money is the thing that you calculate versus everything in your life, whether you're going to go on vacation, buy a new toy, buy a new car, gun, car parts, whatever, wherever your hobbies are, fishing pole or weights or whatever it is that your hobby is. You think about it in a dollar aspect, and video games are exactly the same. So generally for me, when I think about a video game is my per hour fun. How many hours of fun did I get out of the game? And let me explain to you, I'm going to give you right from the beginning, if you want to just take the note and just run away, the right for out of the box is that Runescape Dragonwilds in its present form at its present price is worth to me every penny um, of what it costs. And that's it wrapped up in a nutshell. Now I can go further because most people want to understand why, and there are plenty of videos out there that can show you the. You can go onto my page and you can look at any of my RuneScape streams, and you can look at the gameplay. You can look at the combat. Okay, so the weapons and combat. I did not do anything but except for take this lone aspect of the knight, and then I used some of the magic wheel that the knight would use, or what I would say the melee character, your typical sword and board. Okay, crafting. As far as crafting goes, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It could be more in depth. It could be more fun, but it's usable. It functions. Gathering, I'm going to give you a 4 out of 5. I'm not going to give you a 5 out of 5 because I do believe that Black Citadel, if people want to check that game out, it's an older survival title with magic, had a better magical resource gathering system. However, in this game, solid 4 out of 5 on the gathering system because using as long as you have the proper pickaxe in your inventory, you can use magical spells to gather. If you have the proper axe in your inventory, you can use magical spells to gather. That being said, it's a lot. It's really it's interesting and can be fun at times. Also a little frustrating, but fun. So the gathering system is definitely a 4 out of 5. Food and water, I'm going to give that a 3 out of 5. The reason why is because there's a lot of experimentation that I did not take the time to do because I did not think that people would be interested in watching that on my stream, but it is there because you have to pick up every single item in the game to learn recipes, but then you don't actually learn um, cooking recipes. You don't learn potion recipes in this manner. You have to physically take what's in your pack, carry it over, open up the machine, see what's highlighted, and see what you can swap in and out. And then you swap all the different variable pieces, attempting to make a potion or something. Like I know there is a mid tier, there's a small and a regular healing potion. I still cannot remember exactly the two ingredients I threw in there that came up with the regular healing potion. So that's why you're getting that number there. Um, it could be a little. I mean, you just have to have a good memory. You have to have swap your pieces around, and you'll understand. Combat. I will give combat. It's a rough one. Now, combat I think is a highlight point, and it's also a negative. It's a double-edged sword. So I'm not real sure what number to give you on combat because combat focuses around your stamina bar. So as a knight, I found that using my shield only really benefited me if I was using it as a direct counterattack to their attack, parry, whatever you want to call it, where they attack and I'm slamming them with my shield, which dazes them, and and then you just molestate their body for a solid 5 hit combo. So, I mean, the combat in some aspects is a 4 out of 5. But we're just talking the melee. I did not play any of the magic. The ranged, I don't know what the special abilities are because it's not actually in the game. I killed many a creature with the bow. The bow is solid, but once again, confined by your stamina. Everything rotates around your stamina. Blocking with your shield is actually not good unless you're using your magical block ability. So keep that in mind and play with that. And I could toy around with it a little more and tell you, but just suffice to say that I'm going to give combat a 3 out of 5. Um, the storyline, the progression, the map, I would say is part of progression. I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. It is pretty decent. There's nothing real in depth. It is a quick consumable game that will get you to where you need to be with the amount of content available. Now, the reason why I'm okay with those things is because this is early access. And in early access, it's an unfinished, unpolished game. So exploration in and of itself, none of it is finished. Could the map be bigger? I don't know. I don't know what is in store. The storyline is not finished because it alludes to you going on, and well, I don't want to have huge spoilers. So, I want you to approach this and understand that this is early access for the amount of fun you're going to get out of it. Okay, how much fun is how much value to you is in this title? The reason why I said it was worth every penny is because I have 70 hours in. I had a lot of fun exploring. I had a lot of fun viewing the different creature types, memorizing the different combat situations, and understanding what, in all of the different areas of the map, what led me to understand what was the most powerful thing or weapon that was being used against me. And once we understood that, and once I grew into that, both understanding the combat and then the magic system and whatnot, it was a lot of fun to carry on all of those things. It kept me occupied, it kept me happy, and it kept me full of fun for the amount of time listed in my streams, or listed not on my streams, because I don't have 70 hours of the game streamed. Okay, so how much did it cost me? $29.99. So basically, it's a simple math problem. You divide the amount of money you spent into the amount of hours of fun that you had. To me, when you start to look at this game, 70 hours. Did I have 70 hours of fun? I sure did. Oh, at some points I were pissed off because I didn't quite understand how volatile the stamina system was and how I didn't want the sword in board. I actually wanted to parry and dodge, you know what I mean? I wanted to roll and use the Souls-like method to accomplish my combat. Spoilers. Sorry. 9 minutes in, you got your first spoiler. Because of the way that stamina system worked. But it was a lot of fun. I kept coming back. I kept chasing my dead body. You know what I mean? I kept going to the vaults. I kept checking it out. I kept understanding them once I understood fast travel and so forth. So you're looking at if I take 10 hours off, if I just break it down to 60 hours worth of content, and I say that's 50 cents an hour. That's how much fun I had. So I spent 41 cents an hour, 42 cents an hour for 70 hours to have fun. And it's not even done. And I get to go back and see what the new content is because I got another playthrough as a mage. You know what I mean? It'll be a lot quicker, but I'll be learning and understanding and the new class. I'll be understanding the new power sets and bonuses and the reason why you use them. The whole magical combat. Then there's the stealth combat and figuring out which one that I like the best, which one I enjoy. You know what I mean? And then also, the only thing I would say, the one key thing I would say that the devs take to heart, and I know you got the pockets and the IP and so forth. Make the game more difficult, the map more in depth for a multiplayer option. So if I wanted to bring in two or three, or two of my friends, and one person is the tank, and one person is the mage, and one person is the rogue, and we're going to hit it as a group and whatnot, I think the experience will be over quickly. Just because the difficulty seems to be geared as one person. However, I cannot confirm that because I don't have someone else to give it a run with. So, with all of those things being said, overall, it is a it's a 3.5 out of 5. It's a good time. It will probably be a good goofy time with friends. With friends, I don't think you'll die unless the difficulty scales. If the difficulty doesn't scale, the points where I died, I wouldn't die because I would have had someone to back me up in those situations, hopefully. Um, but with all of that being said, you're looking at a solid 3.5 out of 5. Some people may give it a 4 out of 5, but half point is a half point when you're only dealing with 5 whole points. It's a great little game. The graphics are nice. It should be. I mean, you should be able to run it on just about any unit. It'd be a good time. It'd be nice to play with your kids if you have young children. You know what I mean? It's just an all-around decent game. It's not a bunch of sweaty neckbeard stuff that really just focuses on fun. The food system can be annoying, and the water system until you just learn bulk. Just freaking spend an hour and just make yourself a chest full of water and a whole bunch of food. And start from there. And then manage your food more as you move forward to knowing and understanding how much you need on each rotation. So, with that being said, to the devs, to the people over at Runescape Dragonwild, 2 thumbs up. I had a great deal of fun as a gamer and a dev myself, learning the mechanics of your game and playing around with it. There's a lot more for me to know. There's a lot more for me to learn in the game, and I already feel that I have exchanged plenty of money for fun, quite honestly. And I can't wait to see what else they add to the game, or if they add to the game. It'll be a real shame if they let it go where it is and they don't finish everything out and round it out, because it really is a nice game. I would just like it to be the map be a little bit bigger, maybe cut more zones, more bosses, and harder. Give me. If you have to create a whole new map for multiplayer hard, I'm down with that. I understand. You know what I mean? If you need, I don't even know what you need. Hopefully, this will get you enough money where you can sell these copies, you can get people playing your game, you can finish the title out, and maybe give us a nice, difficult, um, multiplayer version where 3, 4 people can jump in and play. A healer class would be quite interesting to play with other people, seeing how the mechanics. If you could add mob density. I mean, there's lots of things you can do. Just once again, it's a 15-minute mark. 2 thumbs up. Great job. Stay at it. Don't let this one die. It's a great value at $29.99. If you're looking for a game to play, keep you tied over to something, and you're just playing by yourself, you only got a few hours a week to play. How this will take you, this will take you a good. If you don't rush yourself, that's a solid 50 hours of fun for most people. You could do longer. There's more to see. There's more to do. Okay, even I'm nowhere near done. There's all kinds of parts of things that I don't think I did. You know what I mean? So take everything I got to say. If you think that's worthwhile, Until next time, I got to get back to building this brand new PC over here. Me and Frank. Adieu.